speaker has told, why all this good we need to do is, again, why we want this goodness, because this is all going to give us a samskara to our children, to our kids. That's the reason. Right in the womb, we are able to give samskaras to our children, which we also contain a layman language. We are trying to put etiquettes, we are trying to teach our child within the womb, how one has to be. If you remember the first, the Mataji, any issue? Okay.
No, Mataji, it's streaming live.
Yeah, thank you. So the first speaker was trying to say why these good things are required, because we will have that good mood. And a child, sometimes we see some children in the train or in the bus, or we are shopping somewhere in the mall or somewhere, and you try to play with the child, and child is so playful, and a child starts laughing and playing and giggling, and you say, oh, how cute the child is, how playful the child is. Why is that? Because the mother and father have taken care. That's the reason. So it's just not that we have to, say that, oh, I'm pregnant or we are going to have a child. It's a responsibility. How we have to shoulder that responsibility, how we have to cultivate within ourselves, our mood, our nature. Everything has to be monitored. Like the gynec, you will be under a gynec. The doctor is going to monitor you, whether the pulse is proper, whether your hemoglobin is fine, whether the growth of the child is fine. Same way, mother and father also need to have the culture at home. That is nothing but the samskaras that we are going to put to our children within the womb. Yeah. So with that, we start our today's shloka. Is somebody willing to repeat after me? It is good because this is Lord has spoken himself. Kapila Muni has spoken himself. So when we repeat the words, it is nothing but you are cultivating the spirituality and the knowledge to your child. Yeah? Would you like to repeat? Anybody?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Who's that? Who wants to?
Like
Shikha?
Shikha.
Okay. Welcome, Shikha. Thank you so much for coming forward. Yeah. Okay. So this is 331.7. Yeah. Kuta tikshana lavana.
Kuta tikshana lavana.
Ruksham ladibhi ulbaneh.
Ruksham ladibhi ulmaneha.
Mate bhukte upasprishtaha.
Mate bhukte upasprishtaha.
Sarva angotih vedanaha.
Sarva angotih vedanaha.
Thank you so much, Shikha. Shikha, would you like to read the translation also for everybody?
Yes, sure.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Everybody can say, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila.
Please.
Can you show me the screen? Because I don't have any.
Oh, I'm not sharing the screen?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay. Because they said stop sharing. So I think now?
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay.
The translation and the purport I will read. Okay.
Please.
Yeah. Translation. Owing to the mother's eating bitter, pungent foodstuffs or food which is too salty or too sour, the body of the child incessantly suffers pain which are almost intolerable. Purport. All description of child's bodily situation in the womb of the mother are beyond our conception. It is very difficult to remain in such a position, but still the child has to remain because his consciousness is not very developed. The child can tolerate it, otherwise he would die. That is the benediction of Maya. who endows the suffering body with the qualifications of tolerating such terrible tortures.
Hari
Hare Krishna.
Bol. Thank you so much, Shikha. Thank you. So you have given the seed of bhakti to your child within the womb. So I want to clap for you. Thank you. Yeah.
You.
Yeah. So what are we trying to learn here? Yeah. Few things. Lord himself is saying some things, but when we will read, we will understand. And those who are not able to read, they are not understanding, isn't it? So how important is that we have to read? Yeah. So see, here itself, you will see, owing to the mother's eating bitter, pungent foodstuffs or food which is too salty or too sour, the body of the child instantly suffers pain, which are almost intolerable. So क्या होता है? हम लोग बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं, मुझे तीखा पसंद है, मुझे मीठा पसंद है, मुझे खट्टा पसंद है, giving us understanding that all these descriptions are nothing but, it's in the womb of the mother, beyond our conception, it is very difficult to remain. Because we are eating such things, it is difficult for the child, very, very difficult. So what we have to do, first thing we have to understand is, this is the benediction of Maya to them. That's why the child is able to, bear that. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So if you must have, try and understand that even if when we are eating all this, when we offer to Lord, we will not have these strong taste. जब हम भोग बनाते हैं, भगवान को भोग लगाते हैं, तो वो ज्यादा तीखा नहीं होगा, है ना? I mean, nothing will be more. It will be all tolerable. So when it is tolerable, then you're offering to Lord and then you're having. So when you're having, first of all, बच्चे को प्रसाद गया, आपने भी प्रसाद खाया, है ना? तो हमने संस्कार दिए ना उनको, बच्चे को अंदर ही, है ना? This is what Lord is trying to teach us, yeah, within the womb, yeah, because his consciousness is not very developed. क्योंकि बच्चा अभी नवजात है, अंदर अभी पल रहा है ना? याद है हमने पिछले श्लोकास में देखा है, 1 दिन का, 2 दिन का, 10 दिन का, then 1 month, then 3 months, isn't it? So the child is slowly growing, developing, yeah. So we will try to understand how these things are. And also, when we are reading these all things, Lord is trying to make us understand that what should be our process. प्रोसेस में हमको पता चलता है कि भगवत गीता में अगर आप देखेंगे तो भगवत गीता में कहा है कि हर चीज जो हम खाएं वो भोग लगा के खाएं। भगवत गीता कितनों ने पढ़ी है यहाँ पर? We are 22. How many of you all have read Bhagavad Gita? Never mind. Even if you have not read, now, oh, Khushbu, very good. Thank you so much, yeah, for your response. Oh, okay, great, good. So in Bhagavad Gita, you have beautiful shloka in 9th chapter, 26th. आप लिख के रख लीजिए, बाद में आप पढ़ सकते हो, अगर भगवत गीता है, नहीं तो सॉफ्ट कॉपी में आप जाके पढ़ सकते हो. You can read. 9th chapter 26 श्लोका में भगवान बोल रहे हैं, पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो में भक्त्या प्रचति तदहम भक्ते उपहार्थम अश्नामि प्रियतात्मनः. That is, if one offers me, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि मुझे ऑफर करके ही खाओ, isn't it? फिर बोल रहे इफ यू ऑफर मी बट विद लव. ये नहीं कि ओ अम्मा बोल रहे, मम्मी बोल रहे हैं कि ऑफर करके खाओ, मैंने तुम्हारे सामने फोटो के रख दिया, उठा लिया, खा लिया. नहीं, थोड़ा भाव भी होना चाहिए. हाँ, जैसे अपने बच्चे के लिए हमें भाव है, भगवान के लिए भी हमें भाव चाहिए. फिर वो ज्यादा कुछ नहीं मांग रहे हो, वो नहीं बोल रहे कि 56 भोग दो, तो आप अपने आप को थकाओ मत. हाँ, वो बोल रहे हैं एक लीफ, एक पत्ता, मतलब तुलसी रख के जो भी आप खाने वाले हो, फल खा रहे हो, फ्रूट खा रहे हो, जूस पी रहे हो, हाँ, जो भी खा रहे हो, तुलसी का पत्ता रख के मुझे ऑफर करो और फिर खाओ. हाँ, एक फ्रूट रख दो, एक फ्लावर रख दो, कुछ भी नहीं, आप नहीं कर सकते हो, यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू एनीथिंग, ओके, टेक अ ग्लास ऑफ वाटर और मिल्क, जस्ट पुट अ तुलसी लीफ, keep it in front of Lord, ask for blessings, and just have that. So in just one shloka, Lord is teaching us so much. So we just need to put effort of, remembering Lord by these small acts. अच्छा, ये हमें भोग लगा के खाना है। क्यों? क्योंकि और एक जगह पे वो ये भी बताते हैं कि आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनमचा समानवेता है पशुभीर नराना धर्मो ही शेषो अधिक विशेषो धर्मे नहीं ना पशुभीर नराना। क्यों हमें बोल रहे हैं कि भोग लगा के खाओ? वाई लॉर्ड इज इंसिस्टिंग? बिकॉज ही सेज देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन एनिमल एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग। Yeah. So you are a human being. I have given you super intelligence, knowledge, consciousness. And same consciousness, if you will develop these habits, now when you're pregnant, you are going to convert that as a knowledge to your child also. Yeah. Clear? This point is clear to everybody? Okay. Then we are going to the 7th shloka, 8th shloka now. It says, who wants to read after me? Anybody wants to read after me?
Yes,
Any?
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
खुशबू? यस, ओके। आप मेरे बात रिपीट करेंगे?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, no problem. So says ulbin samvritas tasmin
Ulbena samvratastasmin
antarascha bahiravartah
antarascha bahiravarah
aste kritva shirah ukshu
aste kritva sirakusko
bhugna prastha shiradaharah।
bhugna prashata sirodhara।
हरि बोल। आप ट्रांसलेशन भी पढ़ेंगे खुशबू?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Yes,
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
yes, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Placed within the amnion and covered outside by the intestine, the child remains laying on one side of the abdomen, his head turned towards his, his belly and his back, and neck arched like a bow. Purport. If a grown man were put into such a condition as the child within the abdomen, completely entangled in all respects, all respects, it would be impossible for him to live even for a few seconds. Unfortunately, we forget all this suffering and try to be happy in this life, not caring for the liberation of the soul from the entanglement of birth and death. It is an unfortunate, unfortunate civilization in which these matters are not plainly discussed to make people understand the precocious condition of material existence.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Khushbu. Thank you.
Hari
खुशबू रानी। हरि बोल। बहुत सुंदर नाम है आपका। हरे कृष्णा। सो नाउ अभी हम समझ रहे हैं कि अंदर बच्चे की कंडीशन कैसे है। हाँ? अभी आप लोग तो ऑलरेडी स्कैनिंग हुआ है, एक एक बार आप लोग सोनोग्राफी भी देखा होगा आपने। तो बोलते हैं प्लेस्ड विद इन दी एमनियो एंड कवर्ड। कैसे 3 लेयर में हमारे अंदर बच्चा पल रहा है, और वो कैसे है? हाँ, covered outside by the intestine. Huh? The child remains lying on one side of the abdomen. His head is turned into, जैसे हम देखते कभी कभी, आपको याद है किसी पुराने टाइम में दिखाते थे कि कैसे पनिशमेंट देते थे कि नीचे बेंड हो जाओ, हाँ, और अपने हाथ घुटनों के अंदर से कानों को पकड़ो, हाँ, तो कैसे मुर्गे की स्टाइल में होते थे। तो बोलते ऐसे ही देखो कि द हेड इज टर्न टूवर्ड्स हिज बेली, स्टमक के पास, पैर ना, उनका सर जो है आपके स्टमक के पास है, हाँ, और बैक जो है और नेक जो है वो एक त्रिशूल जैसे होता है, वैसे आर्च जैसे। तो डी शेप में पूरा वो पेट के अंदर पोजीशन है उनकी, बो लाइक अ बो। तो बोलते हैं कि ऐसे कैसे रह सकते हैं हम कभी कोशिश कर सकते हैं ऐसे 1 2 3 5 मिनट रुकने की? बड़ी मुश्किल है ना। बच्चे को 9 महीने माँ के अंदर ऐसे रहना होता है, 9 महीने और फिर कुछ दिन और, है ना। 1 second, there is traffic, 1 second. या सो बताते हैं कि कैसे ये माँ के गर्भ में बच्चा रहता है। थैंक यू खुशबू, कैमरा ऑन करने के लिए, थैंक यू। तो हमें ऐसे समझाया जाता है यहाँ पे, बोलते हैं कि इफ अ ग्रोन मैन वर पुट इनटू सच अ कंडीशन एज अ चाइल्ड विद इन द abdomen, completely entangled in all respect, it would be impossible for him to live even for a second, है ना। हम कभी कोशिश करें ऐसा मुड़ के अपने आप को बिठाने की, 5, 7, 10 मिनट के बाद में नहीं 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 नहीं, you can't sit, yeah. So why it says, unfortunately we forgot all these sufferings and try to be happy in this life, not caring for the liberation of the soul from the entanglement of birth and death. It is an unfortunate civilization in which these matters are not plainly discussed. तो इसका सबसे पहले हम ये समझ रहे, वी फॉरगेट, हम कैसे भूल जाते हैं। तो भगवत गीता में ही बहुत अच्छी तरह से उन्होंने समझाया है हमको। कैसे कि वो बोल रहे 15th चैप्टर में, भगवत गीता के 15th चैप्टर के 15th श्लोक में कहा गया है। आप लोग पढ़ना चाहोगे थोड़ा सा, या पढ़ेंगे थोड़ा सा? ओके, कोशिश करेंगे, या। तो ये है 15th चैप्टर, इसका श्लोक है, बोल रहे हैं, सर्वस्य चाहम हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत स्मृति ज्ञानम अपोहनम च वेदेश्च सर्वेर अहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृत वेद विदेव अहम चाहम। इसका अर्थ तात्पर्य देखिए, ट्रांसलेशन क्या बोल रहे हैं, आई एम सीटेड इन एवरी वंस हार्ट एंड फ्रॉम मी कम्स रिमेम्बरेंस, knowledge and forgetfulness, and by all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. देखो, हाँ? तो कहते हैं कि भगवान बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे ही जानना चाहते हो, मैं ही तो सब करता धरता हूं, मैंने ही तो सब कुछ लिखा है, और आप ये पढ़ के मुझे ही जानने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, है ना। तो इसलिए बोल रहे अहम सर्वस्य चाहम। तो इसमें और एक चीज सुनने को मिलती, समझने को मिलती है कि कोई पढ़ना चाहेगा एक पैरा? वुड एनीबॉडी? Monisha, would you like to read this highlighted 2
Hare
paragraphs?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The Vedas give the right direction to people so that they can properly mold their lives and come back to Godhead. Back to whom? The Veda offer knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and Krishna, in his incarnation as Vasudeva, is the compiler of the Vedanta Sutras. The commentation on the Vedanta Sutra by Vyasadeva in Srimad Bhagavatam gives the real understanding of Vedanta Sutra. The Supreme Lord is so full that for the deliverance of the conditioned soul, he is the supplier and digester of foodstuff, the witness of his activity, and the giver of knowledge in the form of Vedas, and as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, the teacher of the Bhagavad Gita. He is worshipable by the conditioned soul. Thus, God is all good. God is all merciful. Anta praveshah sasasta jnanam. The living entity forgets as soon as he quits his present body, but he begins to work again, initiated by the Supreme Lord. Although he forgets, the Lord gives him the intelligence to renew his work where he ended his last life. So, not only does a living entity enjoys or suffers in this world according to the dictation from the Supreme Lord situated locally in the heart, but he receives the opportunity to understand the Vedas from him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Yes. So from here we are trying to understand that how Lord is merciful on us and how much He's trying to support us. He's trying to enlighten us through these scriptures. लेकिन हमारा क्या हो जाता है, हम उनको भूल जाते हैं. हाँ, अपोहनमचा हो जाता है हमारा. वो क्यों होता है? ये फॉरगेटफुलनेस क्यों होता है? वो बोल रहे हैं कि फॉरगेटफुलनेस इसलिए होता है क्योंकि हम लोग, अगर आपको याद हो, फर्स्ट जो हमने श्लोकास पढ़े थे कि हम लोग ह्यूमन लाइफ में हम लोग एक हेल से आते हैं. किसी को याद है वो हेल का नाम? किसी को याद है? किसी को भी याद है? नहीं नहीं. ओके, देखिए ये फर्स्ट श्लोका था जिसको हमने पढ़ा था. It says, it is especially mentioned for the men who was transferred to the Andhatamishra hell. पहले श्लोक में हमने पढ़ा था आपके लिए. After suffering there, when he who had many types of hellish bodies like dogs and hogs is come again to the human form, he is given the chance to take birth in the same type of body from which he degraded himself to hell. या ये हमारी ही कुछ कर्मों के वजह से क्या हो जाता है, हम लोग hellish planet में चले जाते हैं. Is this point clear to all of you? Yeah. So अभी हम क्या समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हमें इसीलिए भगवान ने भूलने की क्षमता दी है, क्योंकि क्या हो जाता है, हम लोग जब ये याद रखते हैं कि हम कहाँ से आए हैं, तो हम आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे? अगर मुझे पता चल जाए कि मैं पिछले जन्म में डॉग थी या कैट थी, so how will I progress? So that's the reason Lord gives us forgetfulness, so that we forget this life and I start fresh life. I understand that I'm a human being and I will try to work accordingly. Is this point clear to everybody? Yeah. So we are trying to understand that why Lord has given us forgetfulness, and because of forgetfulness, what is happening is we start suffering because हम भूल जाते हैं हम किस लिए आए थे. We have come with a mission. हमें भगवान ने एक मिशन दिया है कि मुझसे कनेक्ट हो, लेकिन हम सबसे कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं. मेरा घर, मेरे बच्चे, मेरी बीवी, और हम सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं कि भगवान ने हमें क्या बताया था. तो इसीलिए जब हम प्रेग्नेंट होते हैं तो हमें बड़े बुजुर्ग सब कहते हैं कि हमें भगवान की बातें सुननी चाहिए, कथा सुननी चाहिए और हमें पढ़ना चाहिए, ताकि हम भगवान के इस सारे नॉलेज को बच्चे पर हम उसका असर हो, उसका प्रभाव हो. क्लियर? ये पॉइंट क्लियर हुआ सबको? नहीं तो क्या हो जाएगा, if we are not taking care of this liberation of the soul from the entangle of birth and death, क्या हो जाएगा, वो entangle होते जाएगा, क्योंकि हमने उसको, फिर से हमारा जन्म हुआ, हमने तो कुछ भी उसको भाव भक्ति दिया ही नहीं, है ना. तो ये हमारी गलती हो जाती है ना. ठीक है. हरे कृष्णा. So we'll go to the next shloka. कौन पढ़ना चाहेगा? Somebody else who have not got the opportunity to read?
I can try.
One second. Yeah. Alpa swanga chistaya. I think audio is, आपका, you can come closer to the mic. Shakunta eva panjari. Your voice is not clear. Tatra labdha smrite daivat.
Tatra labdha smriti devat.
Karma janma shatad bhavam.
Karma janma shatad bhavam.
Smaran dirgham anyuchvasam.
Smaran dirgham anuchvasam.
Shrama kim nama vedate.
Sharma kim nama vindate.
Very good. Now you can read the translation and the purport as well. Yeah.
Yes. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The child, sorry,
No problem. No.
the child thus remains just like a bird in a cage without freedom of movement. At that time, if the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his past 100 births and he grieves wretchedly. What is the possibility of peace of mind in that condition? Mataji, the purport also.
Yes, you can read the purport.
Okay. After birth, the child may forget about the difficulties of his past lives, but when we are grown up, we can at least understand the grievous tortures undergone at birth and death by reading the authorized scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. If we do not believe in the scriptures, that is a different question. But if we have faith in the authority of such descriptions, then we must prepare for our freedom in the next life. That is possible in this human form of life. One who does not take heed of these indications of suffering in human existence is said to be undoubtedly committing suicide. It is said that this human form of life is the only means for crossing over the nascence of Maya or material existence. We have a very efficient boat in this human form of body, and there is a very expert captain, the spiritual master. The scriptural injunctions are like favorable winds. If we do not cross over the ocean of nascence of Maya, material existence, in spite of all these facilities, then certainly we are intentionally committing suicide.
Haribol. Thank you so much, Purnima. So there is so much to learn here. So as we were seeing how the position of the child is in the womb, the child thus remains just like a bird in a cage, isn't it? Why we are saying bird in the cage? Because the bird cannot move out unless we open the cage. So same way, that means we are binding that bird, है ना? वो चिड़िया को हमने पिंजरे में बंद करके रखा है. There is a deeper meaning in that. Without the freedom even of movement, the child cannot even move. वो हिल भी नहीं सकता है. क्यों? क्योंकि हमने उसको अपने कर्मों के वजह से बांधा है. At that time, if the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his, who will say? पढ़िए एक बार फिर से, of his कितने साल? Past 100 साल. अगर मैं आपको पूछूं पिछले संडे, जल्दी से मुझे 1 मिनट में बताओ, पिछले संडे आपने ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाया था? Who will say?
Dosa.
Hari bol. Who was that?
Sumana.
Sumana. I want to clap for you, Sumana. I'm sure you must have put some,
Definitely, we follow a timetable, so I don't forget the breakfast.
Because if you ask me, I will not be able to recollect. Sumana, I want to see you, Sumana. Can you on your video if you don't mind?
Sure.
So prompt you were, I'm eager to see you. So, as Sumana said, that she had dosa. Oh, there's Sumana. Hi, Sumana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that prompt reply, But you are honest, you said you follow a timetable and a schedule, something of diet and all that. But honestly, we human being, if you see, because of the digital era now, technically we are so developed that I don't think that we can even remember or remember even 10 mobile numbers. I don't think so. Yeah. I forget. I really forget, because we have mobiles, we can refer it faster. So that's how, as the degradation is happening, our memory, everything is getting shorter and shorter. Why? Because in Bhagavatam, there is a very beautiful shloka. It says, Prain alp aisha sabhya kalo asmin yuge janaha mandaha sumandamatayo mandabhagyahi upadrataha. Because in this age of Kali, we always feel that I am unfortunate, it is quarrelsome. Yeah. The life is span is shorter and shorter. Yeah. And we always feel that I'm unfortunate, unlucky, all that. So why I'm saying all this is that the child must hear more and more shlokas, more and more translations, and try to enlighten, our effort, because we are meeting only twice a week, just two hours. So as much as possible, whether it is Srimad Bhagavatam, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, all the good things, as a package, by ICF, Ashish Prabhu, that we are trying to provide you in a, nutshell kind of thing. Yeah. So please bear with us. So again, the child can remember all troubles of his past 1 year, 100 birth troubles. Huh? The scriptures are very, very clear. It says the troubles. So when we know that the child has already come through so many births and through so much of trouble, and the child can remember past 100 births, then at least now we must try to give the child all good things that can develop his good consciousness, so that the child will not, after coming out, due to the effect of Maya, will get contaminated. Yeah. So it says, what is the possibility of the peace of mind in that condition? Now, what is the condition we were trying to read, isn't it? Yeah. So after the birth of the child, may forget everything. Yeah. The moment the child comes in the hands of the, pediatrician, he takes, length, breath, head, whether the breathing is proper, the heartbeat is proper, all that thing is done. And then after some few hours, oh, Baba, this is your mama, this is your daddy. So the child, he doesn't even recognize anybody. He doesn't even know anybody. He is not able to hear much of things, but still his identity changes. Purnima, you can relax yourself, putting your legs up and all, somewhere you can, lean yourself. See how Shikha is sitting nicely, leaning herself. Yeah, because Shikha's is second time, I think, because I see the baby next to her. Yeah. Shikha, this is your second time, right?
No, this is my first time. This is my niece.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, good. You have a baby around you, so that, your baby will develop a lot of good, companion kind of learning is. Okay. Yeah. So you can lean back and relax. No problem. Yeah. So it says that he has come out, but when we are growing up, we can, we may tend to forget, or, at least understand the gracious torture undergone at birth, because sometimes, we talk to our children, while your birth, it was like this, I was traveling, this, that, so the child will come to know. Otherwise, how child will come to know? But in this shloka, the beautiful part that I wanted to emphasize is, it is said that this human form of life is only means of crossing over the nuisance of Maya or material. Again, in Bhagavad Gita, there's very beautiful shloka of it, and I want you all to touch upon that. It says in the 7th chapter, if anybody wants to read, also can read with me. Devi Haisha Gunamai Mama Maya Durattaya Mamai Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So what is the translation saying? It says, this divine energy of mind consists of 3 modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Yeah. So we all jivas are affected by this three mode of material nature. And what is that? Mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yeah. So we are all affected with this. But then what happens is, as we were trying to read, that even, we need to, we need to understand this, because it says that this beautiful form, human form, is given for what? For us to rectify our karmas. Again, the first three shlokas that we were trying to say, that what happens is, because of our sinful karmas, we go to the hellish planets. Then again, we have to come back, revive that, and we have to develop the consciousness, God consciousness, and we have to do good karmas to again go and serve the Lord in his abode. So always we need to understand that this form of life, what is given to us with beautiful consciousness, that's the reason you will always hear from the seniors or elders that this human form is rare. This statement is there, no? This human form, ये जो मनुष्य जन्म है, ये बहुत रेयर है, 84 लाख योनियों के बाद मिलता है ना? सुनते हैं ना हम ये स्टेटमेंट बहुतों के मुंह से? तो क्यों? क्योंकि हमने बहुत सारी योनियों में जन्म लिया होता है और उसके बाद हमें मनुष्य का जब जन्म मिलता है, why this is there? For us to rectify the karmas, to build up our broken relationship with the Lord, and desire to go back to God, to his abode, to serve him, and never take repeated birth and death. Yeah, this is what is very important, and that's the reason we have to understand that here it says we have a very efficient boat. And what is that boat? This human form. This human form is a boat. There is a very expert captain, that is spiritual master. So the moment the child is born, you are the first mother, as Lakshmi and Mataji also was saying, that Mata Pratham Guru, that you teach the child with your touch, that this is how mother will feed and you have to take your feed. Even you will introduce to your child the touch of father, that this is your father. The child doesn't know anything. So that's how the mother becomes the first guru. And says the scriptural injunctions are like favorable winds. So that's the reason we need to read or hear or let others read for us Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Says if we do not cross over the ocean of new signs of material existence, in spite of all these facilities, then certainly we are all intentionally committing suicide. Why we are saying this is because if you see the very practical example, aapke group mein, in your group itself, unborn, grooming unborn, how many have joined? But how many come for listening to the lectures? Very few of them. Why? Because either they don't have taste of it, either there is nobody to guide that, please, it's just touch of a button and you're getting enlightened in your house itself, sitting, relaxing. You don't have to run anywhere. You don't have to trouble yourself. You don't have to pay so much. Yeah. Nowadays, if you see, 10 days or 7 days, online, so many sessions will happen, do this, do that. But this is something which is beyond this material understanding. This is directly connecting you to the Paramatma. Yeah. So that's the reason we must, try as much as possible to hear. So that's the reason ICF has so many groups. Bhagavatam group is there, Bhagavad Gita classes are going on, bhajans are there. So please connect yourself and you can hear there also if you are at home, if you're not working. Yeah. So with that, I stop here. I have done 3 shlokas till 3, and we will continue next session from there. Anybody had any question till now, whatever we were reading? Or you have any personal question? किसी को कोई भी प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. Yes, Purnima, please go ahead.
Mataji, I was just reflecting on the story of Prahlad Maharaj. And I think that in his case, he was enlightened and he was such an elevated soul. Sometimes I feel I may not be a great devotee, I may not be able to do everything right, but is there a way to ensure that at least the child has love for Krishna? And I don't know, I may be doing wrong things because I am not that smart or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful question. In my next session, I'm going to speak about, she happens to be a civil engineer. So you can understand, what a post, and she was into projects, coming up. And she used to, somebody told her in her office that, she had first be a son who was little hyper. So they said, why don't you put in some Bhagavad Gita classes or something, so that, he'll get little calmness within him. You'll not believe, she's in Chennai now. She used to stay in Dubai because you all know that I'm in Dubai, right? So somehow she got my number and she got connected. And she started, sending her, bringing her son. So for few days, he did a lot of tantrums, like another one school or something, Amma, I will not go, and so she told me that he's not sitting. I said, okay, you are fine. You can also sit if you want, and it just took 3 days because it was just not shlokas or, shloka restriction or something. I used to play games with them. I'll tell them stories. I'll enact few things with them. So the children will get so developed, and have a kind of a relation. So after 3 days, on the 4th day, he's pushing his mother, you go, you go, you go. And he wanted to sit on my lap. And you will not believe that, when she got a second time pregnant, the first thing that she did is she resigned from her office, her work. So I will speak in detail, and if possible, I will tell her to connect, come and speak few words to you all. As rightly to your question, if you remember the first speaker, the gynec doctor, if she was speaking that, आपके गर्भधाना संस्कार नहीं हुए, no problem. आपका गर्भधारा संस्कार नहीं हुआ, no problem. At least, something. So even if it has come to your mind that, oh, I'm not able to do so much, how to provide my baby, beautiful thing that you have to do. Yeah. First, that very beautiful pictures of Krishna everywhere, baby Krishna, everywhere. Whether it's your car or your bedroom or your drawing room or your kitchen, so that you keep seeing Krishna. And one statement, whenever you get up or you sleep, Krishna, please, you come as my son. I want you as my son. Huh? Not like you. Huh? I repeat my word. I repeat my sentence. Not Krishna, like you only somebody come. No, why somebody you want? Because somebody cannot be like Krishna all, But you can say, Krishna, I want you as my son. Krishna will come. Yeah. Try as much as possible, offer and eat. Now you'll say, oh, Mataji, it's so difficult. No problem. You purchase for a week fruits that you're going to eat, all you offer to Lord. One time. Yeah? And keep. Every day, at least. I understand, you're not going to take bath immediately. Thank you so much, whoever it is. Yeah. Oh, Dhanalakshmi. Yeah. So, beautiful one. Thank you, Dhanalakshmi. Thank you. So, the moment you get up, or if you have mother-in-law, father-in-law.
Sorry, Mataji, sorry to interrupt you.
No issue, no issue. So
I just want to share that. So last August, whenever we celebrate Krishnastami, that day, wantedly, unwillingly, I bought this little Krishna. From that day itself, I'm doing puja. So after that only, I'm conceived. So that's what I want to share with you, Mataji.
Yeah, Haribol, thank you so much for that enlightenment for others. You're, sharing your experience. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So, as I was saying, Purnima, is Purnima there?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm here.
Mataji said.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
you're there. Yeah, because it was your question. So, whether your husband is getting up, whoever gets up first and taking bath, just tell them to keep a glass of milk, a glass of water with tulsi leaf in and offer it to Lord Krishna. Yeah. And you see to it throughout the day, you might be having some bottle of water or jug for you, pour it in that. So that you take offered water, you drink offered milk, you keep some, some small jar of dry fruits. Kishmish you can have now. Don't have too much of almonds. You must know what month it is, so accordingly take care. Yeah. No dates, please. So offer little kishmish, raisins. Just offer little black raisins or the green raisins and keep eating that. The more you eat prasad, everything will be taken care. That is first thing. And most important, all of you, you can unmute yourself and repeat after me. Please, please repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
This Maha Mantra, keep saying, keep repeating, whether you're sleeping, whether you're sitting, whether you're, in the garden or anywhere you're traveling, you're keep doing this. Think that this is, a breathing for you. And you will see, because thank you, Dhanalakshmi, for, coming on the screen. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. It's my pleasure.
So please do these few things you do. Offered prasadam, keep looking Krishna's picture, and if possible, you can go to any nearby ISKCON temple and buy for yourself a recording machine of Srila Prabhupada where it says Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That will be a sound vibration samskaras to your baby. If you love your baby, please do this. And if you're not able to go to ISKCON temple, no problem. You can let us know. Ashish Prabhu will give you the link where you can online go and buy, order this. Yeah. And if possible, if you have Bhagavad Gita at home, whenever possible, just open any random page and read just 2 lines, but daily try to touch Bhagavad Gita, because in this age of Kali, he is in the form of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So with that, I stop. I took 5 minutes because I started a little late, so I wanted to be with you all exactly 1 hour. Yeah. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhuvesha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti vaishnavandi ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru and Vrinda. So thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
everybody for joining. Yeah. And if at all
Hare
you
Krishna.
anywhere any harsh word of mine, I ask for forgiveness. मुझे क्षमा करिए उसके लिए. खुशबू, कोई प्रश्न है आपका? ठीक लग रहा है? सुनने को ठीक लग रहा है? ठीक ठीक. Anybody has कि भाई हिंदी में बोलो या इंग्लिश? मैंने आज कोशिश तो किया थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी. Yeah. Okay. So may I take your leave? Yeah. Thank you. Lakshmi and Mataji, can I take a leave?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. It was an enlightening session for all of us. So thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We'll all meet tomorrow
Yes.
at 8 p.m. sharp.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Take good care of yourself.
Hare
every-
Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Go on.
Mataji.
Wow, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Monisha, Kemonache.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, all good. Yesterday we got an opportunity to do samskara, Simandavanayana,
Srimandam
by
Nayanam.
ISKCON temple, and
Hey.
we are so blessed to do that, Mataji.
Wow,
If you allow, I will share the pictures, because
sure.
Prabhuji shared very nice of like why we are doing the samskara
Yes.
and
Explanation.
all the reasons. So we were feeling so blessed
Yes, yes,
I mean, staying here in Bahrain, even in India, it is impossible to do. So,
yes,
felt really blessed.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. You can share some
Thank you
pictures
so much.
in the group. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Sure, Mataji.
So,
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
you are in Bahrain,
Hari
huh?
Bol.
Hare
Yes, Mataji. Bahrain.
Okay, I'm in
Yes.
Dubai.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please do come to Bahrain sometime. Meet
Yeah, there is some
ISKCON
kirtan
Bahrain
happening.
temple.
No? This time kirtan is
Yes,
happening.
yes, yes.
So
It's
from
starting. Today is Adivas. Today is
yeah,
Adivas.
Adivas, yeah. So
And 21, 22.
almost 30, 40 youth have come to you all.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We are very excited for today's event itself. So,
Hare
anyways,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Anyone else has to say anything? Yeah. So should I end the call then? Hare Krishna. We'll all meet tomorrow
Hare
at 8
Krishna.
p.m. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.